Hi, I'm Chima Mmeje, and this is SEO in 2023.
Chima, what's your number one SEO tip for 2023?
All right, I think my number one SEO tip for 2023 is okay. This is more of a prediction than a tip. It's that we are going to drown in content in 2023 because of AI.
Okay, so I assume you mean Google drowning in content or SEO is drowning in content?
No, I mean we, as in those of us who look at SERPs to get results. We're going to drown in content because there's going to be too much content. We already have a lot of content out right now, but I think it's going to be even more as more people turn towards AI. So let me just explain that a little bit. In 2022, Google released the helpful content update. Now, a lot of SEOs assumed, and rightly so, that AI, those who are depending on AI to create content, to fuel their content marketing, are going to be the worst hit because they are relying on AI generated tools to write the content, do the brief, all of the stuff, down to hitting the publish button. They are relying on AI for that. So I think in the short term, yes, some of these websites will suffer, but in the long term, the tools will rise. I know I sound like some kind of apocalyptic stuff right now, but the tools are going to get better at creating briefs, writing content, optimizing the content with semantic entities, content that ends up on SEP. Is it usable? Is it useful? Who knows? But will it end up on SEP? Yes, I think that's what we're going to see. And this is why. Now, as they get better at, I don't want to use the word tricking Google, but as they get better at giving Google what Google wants to say, we're going to see AI generated content that is scalable. It's scalable because you can easily just type in a keyword and AI just generates the brief, writes the content, and you hit publish, and you do that like 20 times a day, and you're just covering this keyword, that keyword, building all these clusters. It makes it easy to scale content marketing and to build authority faster. And as you do that, this is the stuff that you're going to keep seeing on SERP because they are producing content faster and at scale than anyone else can even dream of competing against. Now, what does that mean for those of us in SEO and those of us who do SEO content is that rather than trying to fight AI, we can use part of AI and then figure out a way to get better than those who are relying completely on AI. Here's how we can use AI. We can use AI to improve content optimization. We can use AI to find the most common questions or subheadings that pop up for a specific keyword. And then we can optimize our content for those questions and those subheadings. That means that we're giving Google what it wants. We can use AI to determine search intent. We can use AI to understand what is the ideal word count for this article. And we can even use AI to plan the structure because I think all these things matter. But when it comes to beating those who rely solely on AI-generated content, here's how we can even make it better. We can create content that is useful and relatable. Because at the end of the day, if the content that we're writing satisfies search intent in a way that the user doesn't need to go back to SERP and click on another search results, and they find the answer they're looking for right there in your content, then you will always have a better chance, not just at ranking for one keyword, but at ranking for multiple keywords and building authority that is legitimate, authority that lasts, and authority that drives results. Because machines don't have empathy. Machines can't see the bigger picture. Machines don't have that human element that gives them that better view that we do. And that is the biggest advantage that I think we're going to have when we create content that beats out those who are relying on AI in 2023.
So, Terminator 10, the rise of AI-generated content.
Yes, Terminator.
So to be clear, are you saying that SEOs should be using AI to generate content now? Are you saying that SEOs should be using AI just to generate content ideas, concepts, seeding content ideas just now?
Yes, I think that's what I'm saying exactly. I'm saying that we can use AI to find content ideas. We can use AI to automate the manual process of trying to understand search intent, trying to understand how long this content needs to be, trying to understand what are the most important questions we should be answering for a specific keyword when writing content. AI can help us get all of those answers very quickly. But writing the content, no, we shouldn't be using AI to write content. We can use AI to create the brief, to understand what should go into the brief, but not writing the content.
So will AI potentially miss keyword opportunities, miss question opportunities to optimize for, or are you happy to trust AI to generate that for you?
No. I found that while AI tools can help you find questions that you should be asking, and when I say questions, I mean the most important questions, it doesn't get the full picture. The full picture that you get by manually opening SERP results and then looking at what is this guy covering, what is this next person covering, what is this next person covering, what are they not covering, because that's always the thing you want to be doing better. What are they missing that I can exploit and do better? I don't think you can get that from AI. AI just analyzes what already exists and tells you what already exists so that you can do more of the same. But AI doesn't help you find your X factor. And you can only do that by manual SERP. I think that's a strategy that humans will always be better off doing than AI. So that's why I say support. Automate the part of determining word count, automate the part of understanding the search intent, automate the part of understanding the most important questions. But when you want to create holistic content, you still have to look at those content pieces that are ranking to understand what is missing and what could be better.
Understood. So AI is probably good at answering yes or no type questions, but more qualitative type answers.
Yes.
Analyzing whether or not a piece of content that exists already is any good. And if you could write anything better than that, don't rely on AI for that.
Yes, exactly. Very correct. Very correct. Very correct,
Okay.
David.
Okay. So it's a way to augment what you're doing. And are we only talking about the written form as well? Can you see AI replacing podcasts, videos, anything like that anytime soon?
First of all, video. Okay, you already have AI for videos. If you go on AppSumo, you find a lot of deals for people for tools that will create videos for you. Like you just need to put in a keyword or something and maybe put in some ideas of your brand, and it will make the videos using vectors and all that stuff. They already exist, but is it good? Is it engaging? Does it make you want to take action? No. I haven't watched any of those videos that made me feel anything. That is still where the human element is better. For podcast, again, it's still about AI can help you find ideas. Maybe plan the structure of what you should be talking about in the podcast. Although I don't really see that happening yet, but I think that's something that AI could be doing in the near future. But for this, speaking one-to-one, I don't see that. I don't see AI doing that anytime soon. No.
Is there any way that you can beat Google and make it think that AI-generated content has been created by a human?
Obviously, people already do that. I used to work in the content mill, and that was practically half of our job. You just need to make sure that lengthwise, that the article is up to snuff lengthwise. You have to make sure that maybe throw in a few infographics that again can be auto-generated with some tools, throw in a few pictures, throw in a few image optimization. Make sure that they are using as many entities as possible. That was always the most important thing that we used to do. Try to use as many entities as possible, because I think when the search bots are reading the page or crawling the page, those are the words that they are looking for to help them understand what that page is about. So our goal was always to try and get these pages to have as many entities as possible while sacrificing quality, and then building backlinks to those pages and linking internally within all the other bullshit pieces we've written. And most of the time, the client would still rank. So at the end of the day, Google is a machine. Machines can be tricked. I don't care what Google says. I don't care what any of the stuff, how many algorithm updates they release. Machines can be tricked. I build content briefs as part of my job, and in a day, I probably analyze maybe at least 20 pieces. And I see a lot of thin content on SERP. I see a lot of content pieces that was clearly written by AI. But across all of them, I still see the same thing. They are doing this by building backlinks, by populating their websites with a lot of content and by making sure that they're optimizing for semantic entities. So Google can
I love
definitely
how
be
you don't
tricked.
sit in the vents. Okay.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not.
So, one of the tools that we talked about last year was Jarvis, now called Jasper AI.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Is it
mention the name.
okay? I mean, is that one of the better tools, or are there other tools that you'd recommend?
I think yes, Jarvis has to be like top of the food chain when it comes to AI tools for content. But I really like what Neural Text is doing. Ah man, it's scary.
So what are they what are they doing that's scary then?
Yes, it's like they have like you can use Neural Text to write social media posts. Like you know how when you create content, you want to promote the content and you want to promote it on social media. Neural Text can help you write all of those content, like maybe 5, 6, 8, 10 social media posts. It can help you write blog posts. Sorry, it can help you write meta descriptions. It can help you write intros. It can help you write ad copy. A ton of stuff that I have not seen any tool out there doing with AI. It is crazy insane. I started using the tool recently and just so many options. Insane. So many options of how to automate copy. I haven't really dug. Okay, the part for using for writing meta description, very useful. The part for writing social media copy, very useful. I don't write ad copy, but I also believe that it could be helpful to give you like that rough patch of idea that you need to fuel inspiration so you can write better copy. Like just give you maybe the first couple of lines or something can do that for you. Same with writing the blog introduction or writing the first couple of lines of a subheading. It just does so many things, automates so many things. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's certainly amazing what potentially is going to happen to the content writing industry over the next few years. It certainly
Yes.
is likely to change a lot. What was
Yes.
that other tool that you recommended? I mean, we obviously talked about Jasper, but you said
Yeah.
newer or new?
Neural. Neural
Or
text.
you?
Yes. Neural text.
Brilliant. Okay, so it's good to check those out. Good to know what's coming along and have options available. I think some different SEOs have different perspectives on automated writing. I think most people are thinking it's okay potentially to use AI generated content on maybe descriptions of products or less trafficked pages, but they wouldn't really think of using AI generated content on high traffic pages, on blog content, on home pages. Do you agree with that perspective?
Partly, I agree that you can use AI generated tools to write meta description because it's not a ranking factor. I agree you can use the right social media copy because that's not going on your website. But any content that is going on the website, I don't care whether it's a less traffic page. I don't want to see AI generated content there. I don't want to see AI generated content there because you don't know what the next algorithm update is going to be. And I always want to be on the good side that I'm not panicking when there's an algorithm update. And the best way to do that is to make sure that every single piece of content on your website is written by a human and written for humans first and search engine second. That's the thing that those machines do. They focus 100% on writing for SEO. And I think that's what we keep seeing with every update. Google trying to force us, SEOs and content folks, to write for humans first and for search engines second. That is the complete opposite of what AI tools do.
You've shared a lot to think about there.
Oh yeah, I'm obsessed with AI. I'm obsessed with AI.
Well, it's good to be obsessed, and it certainly enhances your perspective on things if you just keep on drilling down and learning more and more about it. And it's certainly something that SEOs and content writers need to be aware of, if not using actively. Certainly be aware of what's coming down the line and how it's going to impact them and what their competitors are going to be doing. So a lot to be thinking about for 2023. But now let's talk about what SEO shouldn't be doing. So what's something that's seductive in terms of time but ultimately counterproductive? What's something that SEO shouldn't be doing in 2023?
I'm still going to stay in line with what I already said before. Don't use AI to write content. I know that there's a lot of pressure to, create as many clusters as possible and then get those clusters to rank quickly, get the content to rank quickly because SEO is always under pressure to generate results fast. Nobody wants to wait 3 months, 6 months. And the fastest way to do that is always going to be to create more content. So I understand that pressure, but do not give in to that temptation to use AI to write content. At some point, it's going to bite you in the ass. Quote me on that. It will bite you in the ass.
Chima Mmeje is content strategist at Zenith Copy, and you can find her over at zenithcopy.com. Chima, thanks so much for being part of SEO in 2023.
Yes, thank you so much, David, for having me.
Get your copy of SEO in 2023, the book, over at SEOin2023.com.